Have you ever wondered why some people seem to learn 10 times faster than everyone else? Why some can walk into a new skill and in months do what takes others years? It looks like magic, but it's not magic. It's something far more dangerous, a forbidden shortcut, a path most people ignore or are too afraid to take. Because once you know it, there's no going back. You'll never see learning, success, or mastery the same way again. The truth is, society has been lying to you. They tell you that mastery is about talent, that some people are born with a gift while others are doomed to mediocrity. They tell you it takes 10 years, 10,000 hours, endless grind. But let me ask you something. If mastery only came after 10,000 hours, how do prodigies appear at 15, playing piano like gods? How do athletes explode onto the scene in their early 20s, dominating veterans? How do entrepreneurs in their 20s build companies worth billions? It's not because of luck. It's not because of genetics. It's because they tapped into the forbidden shortcut, a way of learning so powerful, so accelerated, that the world tries to keep it hidden. And the crazy part? Anyone can use it. But here's the catch. Most people will never dare, because this shortcut requires sacrifice. It requires breaking rules. It requires doing what others call insane. And once you commit, the world won't look at you the same. But you didn't click this video to stay the same, did you? So let me show you the truth. The shortcut begins with obsession. Not interest, not curiosity, obsession. Think about the greatest masters in history: Mozart, Kobe Bryant, Leonardo da Vinci, Steve Jobs. They weren't interested in their craft. They were consumed by it. Every waking thought, every conversation, every ounce of energy. When you treat mastery as survival, your brain rewires itself. Neuroscience proves it. Obsession activates neuroplasticity. Your brain literally reshapes, rewires, adapts faster, deeper, stronger. That's why obsession looks insane from the outside. Because most people can't imagine sacrificing comfort for greatness. They chase balance. They chase convenience. But balance never creates mastery. Obsession does. That's step one of the forbidden shortcut. Now let's go deeper. Step 2 is immersion. Full contact with your craft. Not 10 minutes a day, not when you feel inspired. I mean living in it. If you're learning a language, you drown in it. Every book, every movie, every conversation. If you're building a business, you breathe it. Every problem, every solution, every customer. If you're mastering an instrument, you marry it. Every hour, every note, every mistake. You don't touch the skill, you live in it. Immersion collapses time. 1 year of immersion equals 10 years of dabbling. That's why the shortcut feels forbidden, because it demands everything. And most people aren't willing to give everything. But that's why they stay average. Here's step 3. Steal like a thief. Forget originality. Forget waiting for your style. Masters don't start original. They copy, they mimic, they steal. Picasso said it. Good artists copy, great artists steal. You find the best, you dissect them, you imitate them until your fingers bleed. And in that imitation, something strange happens. Your brain begins to merge. You absorb their patterns, you understand their essence, and slowly your unique voice emerges. But not by accident, by stealing first. Society calls it cheating, but masters call it learning. That's step 3 of the forbidden shortcut. Step 4, deliberate pain. Not practice, pain. Because repetition doesn't create mastery, repetition creates comfort. But pushing into failure, into frustration, into the edge of your ability, that's where mastery lives. It's uncomfortable, it's humiliating, it feels like you're breaking. And that's exactly the point. Muscles grow by tearing, skills grow the same way. Every failure is microsurgery on your brain. It hurts, but it builds. That's why amateurs quit. They can't stomach the pain. But masters, they run toward it because they know every scar carries power. Step 5 of the forbidden shortcut is speed. Not patience, speed. Society tells you to slow down, take your time, relax. But momentum is fuel. When you move fast, you learn fast. When you hesitate, you die. Speed forces decisions. It forces mistakes. It forces growth. That's why startups outpace corporations, why street athletes outshine institutions, why creators explode overnight. They move faster than anyone can predict. Speed isn't reckless. Speed is ruthless. You cut what doesn't matter. You sprint toward what does. And suddenly, time bends. 1 year feels like 10. That's mastery in disguise. But wait, there's one final piece. The most dangerous part of the shortcut. And it's this: identity. Because skills aren't something you do. They are something you become. When you play guitar as a hobby, you'll improve a little. But when you say, "I am a guitarist," everything changes. When you go from "I run sometimes" to "I am a runner," your habits transform. Identity hardwires mastery. It eliminates doubt. It removes negotiation. Because when it's who you are, quitting isn't an option. That's why this shortcut is forbidden. Because once you become it, you can't unbecome it. You will never fit in again. You will never see life like others. You will never be normal. But isn't that the point? Normal never changed the world. Normal never built empires. Normal never touched greatness. So now you know the truth. The forbidden shortcut to mastery isn't luck. It isn't talent. It isn't time. It's obsession, immersion, theft, pain, speed, identity. That's the path no one tells you about because it's too dangerous, too extreme, too real. But here's the real question. Will you take it, or will you walk away back into mediocrity? The choice is yours. But remember this: every master you admire once stood where you are right now, looking at the path, feeling the fear, and deciding anyway. The forbidden shortcut isn't easy. It's brutal. It's lonely. It will break you. But if you dare, it will rebuild you into something unrecognizable, something unstoppable, something legendary. So ask yourself, are you ready to take the forbidden shortcut to mastery?